Hello everybody, once again welcome to Matthew and Carlene channel. Just another beautiful day here in the state of Florida. I just got back home from work, having a great day, hoping you are all having a great day too. Today we're going over in more detail with what I said in a previous episode on how it takes a very dangerous level of narcissism for a woman to be going around whining and complaining about losing her supposed abortion rights while simultaneously holding zero to no value for the men she's been 100% reliant on to manufacture and provide the tools and equipment for literally that exact surgery. So if you like what you see here, by all means, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another episode. Now, we all know how understaffed everybody is right now. We all know that. It's no secret. And I, for one, can tell you, as a professional sterile processing technician, if manufacturing companies have been relentlessly saying, we don't have the manpower anymore to keep up with the current abortion rates because men are so overly burnt out from being so grossly underappreciated. It doesn't matter how much we offer them. It doesn't matter. We're still struggling with recruiting them, let alone convincing them to stay on the job. Well, I got news for all of you ladies. It does not take a PhD to put 2 and 2 together and figure out no access to abortion tools means no access to abortions. If the feminist movement really wanted Roe v. Wade back, if it truly did, the feminist movement would be going all out in addressing the issues that men deal with on an everyday basis so that manufacturing companies would have an easier time recruiting the necessary amount of manpower that is required to bring Roe v. Wade back. Now, before anyone goes off and says, oh, Matthew's just being paranoid, he's just exaggerating, he's a woman hater or stuff like that, answer me this. We've all seen women in droves going around protesting about their anger of losing Roe v. Wade. We've all seen it. Now, I, for one, firmly support the constitutional right to peaceful protest. I do. However, out of all those women, how many of them have we seen openly come out and offer men so much as a thank you for manufacturing the tools that kept Roe v. Wade going for so long, instead of just comparing all of us to a 1% of the male population? The reason why I am asking this is because unless of you ladies want to go the route of re-legalizing slavery here in the West, you can't force people to take on certain jobs against their will in order to bring Roe v. Wade back. You can't. It's not possible. That's very much illegal. Another thing we need to take into consideration here is that women have over 60 different types of birth control methods. One of them happens to be an adoption system where she can have the child adopted straight from out of the womb, where men, on the other hand, only have access to 2. One of them is a permanent life-changing surgery. The other is a flimsy piece of rubber that can be sabotaged by anybody. Hence the reason why sperm jacking is a real thing. In case if you guys don't know what sperm jacking is, Spermjacking is the female equivalent of a reproductive abuser. Is where a woman makes the conscious decision to make getting pregnant a career choice by taking full advantage of our very male-biased child support system. The majority of times of how it happens is that before the deed is done, when the man has his back turned, the woman would take a needle and puncture a hole through the man's condoms. 9 times out of 10, the man does not realize this is what happened until it's too late. The woman is already demanding child support payments. She is. The worst part about all this is that when this is going down, the woman is fully self-aware that what she is doing is wrong. It is completely immoral. She is fully self-aware that this child is going to be raised up in an environment where he's going to be reminded every single day of his life that his sole purpose for existence was to be a financial profit for the mother and simultaneously be a financial burden for the father. She's completely aware of this. But her reaction is, so what? What are you going to do about it? 9 times out of 10? Because of how overly male-biased feminism has made our child support service? The answer is there's nothing we can do. There's literally nothing we can. In case of you guys are all wondering why the data clearly shows that the majority of the most violent offenders happen to be men that are raised by single mothers, well, if a man has spent his entire life, his entire upbringing, being raised in an environment where he's being told to embrace that kind of lifestyle, then of course the man's going to become a criminal. He is. What do you think was going to happen? The guy would grow up to be the next president of the United States? Point is, it doesn't matter which way I look at all this information. It doesn't matter. Becoming pregnant may not be a choice, but becoming a single mother is a choice. And since women have the majority of the options for birth control practices at their disposal, then the majority of the responsibility should fall upon the woman. It should not fall upon the man. We keep hearing women going around saying, we don't have the right to bodily autonomy. I'm like, you have access to 60 different types of birth control methods now. You literally do. In what way do you not have the right to bodily autonomy? What else do you want? Boy. Also, I want to finish this off by saying, do I think rape is wrong? Yes, I do. I do think rape is wrong, absolutely. Do I think that now that becoming a single mother is in fact a choice, a man should be held financially accountable for the rest of his life for a child he never agreed to have, especially if that woman happens to be a sperm jacker? No, I don't think that should be the case. No. I strongly believe that you should only have a punishment that's fitting the crime itself. Another thing I want to point out is that, do I understand that in order to raise a child comfortably, especially with this inflation going on, you need the benefit of 2 incomes? Yes, I understand that completely. I completely do. Do I think that if a woman chooses to be a single mother on her own free will, she should take the full responsibility of that choice? Under no circumstances should she be allowed to force half of the responsibility onto a man against his will? Yes, I also believe that as well. If a woman chooses to be a single mother, she should bear the responsibility of that choice because that is her choice.